Hey everybody, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel. Okay, Tuesday, guys. Tuesday. Every Tuesday we come on live and we talk. We talk about subjects that I think are very important when it comes to I don't know community development and all that good stuff. Learning a trade, home improvement, DIY, all that stuff. Okay. On our lives, we touch on so many different subjects, but we kind of keep it in the wheelhouse of I would say self improvement or whatever you want to call it, home improvement, self improvement, all of that stuff we talk about. Okay, it's not on the other long form videos I do a lot of all my videos are primarily about tools and all that. I focus on trades and stuff like that. But on the lives it's less formal, and we touch on subjects that I think are very critical to um, my community, and that's what it's about here. So, title of the live: Learn a skill this summer. By the way, guys, check out calibrate.com down there. Okay, so calibrate.com sponsors each and every live, and that's one of the ways we support the channel. Okay, so if you're watching in the replay or something, check out calibrate.com and check out some of the great products we have there. And yeah, got great gift items as well. Okay. So yeah, anyway, guys, learn a skill this summer. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about because to get right down to the brass tacks of it, you only have a certain window of time. I know you always hear, yeah, well, it's never too late, all that stuff. And yeah, in a sense, it's never too late, right? Hey, Perry Good Life knows how you doing. Am I staying cool? Am I staying cool? Yeah, I'm trying here. It's, I got my fan on in the back, AC's on. It's a little hot out here, but I can take it. Hope you staying cool over there, Perry Good Life notes. Are you staying cool yourself? Tell me you're staying cool. I don't need anybody dropping out on me, right? Or having a heat stroke out here because it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. So yeah, guys, learn a skill this summer. You know, I have to harp on this. Learn a skill, learn a skill, learn a trade because I think it's very important, right? It's very important to what I do, and it's very important for me to promote that message, right? Because it saves lives. I see lives change all the time, just by learning a skill, and it doesn't take that long to learn one, right? And I'm especially talking to the young kids out there who don't necessarily know what they want to do, who don't have a sense of direction. Sometimes you just gotta take a chance. You don't know if you're gonna like it or not. You may end up liking it. It may end up being something that can feed you for the rest of your life, right? So if you like working with your hands, you don't like sitting behind a desk all day, then you're probably meant for something that's more I don't know, more active, right? Something where you can use your hands and your brain at the same time, right? If you like to build stuff, if you like to, I don't know, take stuff apart, put it together, you got, that's just in you. I would say looking to learn a trade, right? Where those things you like to do can actually serve you, right? I'm a believer in that. What we find ourselves doing in life, right? It was already put in us from the beginning, right? It's just a matter of us finding out where that we do have those talents and we do have those aptitudes, and it's just a matter of pursuing them. The problem is that a lot of our kids, right, they're not pushed, they're not guided. A lot of times our kids need, and sometimes even grown-ups, we need to be guided. Perry Life says yes, AC, where I am on 73 but feels like 60. Okay, gotcha. All right, stay cool out there, Perry Life Notes. Yeah, also, sometimes you need to be guided, right? You got all this potential, but you don't know where to put it. And I think it's the responsibility of people like myself, uh, the caretakers of our kids, grown-ups, is to be able to look at kids that are around you. They don't have to be your own kid, and see what each kid has, each child, okay, young adult, see what see what they like to do, right? And kind of guide them in that direction. Okay, if they like computers, hey man, buy them a computer, or put them in a computer class or something like that. If they like to take stuff apart, maybe you want to expose them to maybe auto mechanics or something like that. We can take cars apart or something like that. Or, there's so many things that are available out there today for our kids to get into rather than just float around or play games all day or video games. That's not going to serve them either. So we can't be enablers to our kids when it comes to this stuff, right? We can't be enablers to mediocrity and procrastination and all the things that even us grown-ups tend to do to ourselves, right? I think it's pretty selfish, you know. Anyway, a little bit of background about me. You guys probably heard this. People that watch me, I am an instructor at a trade school myself. It's a welding trade school, and let me tell you, it doesn't take long to get a welding certification at all. I mean, and I've seen young adults, okay, not just kids, but young adults, some in their 30s, some in their 40s, and younger, right, get certified, go out there and get good jobs, okay, and they just, it seems like they just turn a new leaf, right, and they just, I don't know, they just soar after that. And after doing it, after I've been doing this for a while, I see the potential, right? I see the potential in these programs that offer offer the community different educational opportunities to learn a skill and advance. So I I I push this all the time. Learn a skill, learn a skill. They got so many. All you got to do is go on Google and type in learn a skill this summer. Right? We're in the right now. It's hot. It's hot, and the kids they got all kinds of stuff they can get into. Right? But it's our responsibility to guide them and show us and say, hey, listen, why don't you get into that? No, I'm going to put you in this. Right? Especially if it's your kid, you got to put them in things sometimes. I remember when I was a kid, my folks made me play the piano, right? They put me in piano class. I didn't stick with it, but I appreciate the experience, right? And there were other things that I was into, right? And it's not because I looked for that. I didn't know where to find that, but people that care for me, my folks, they probably saw something in me or saw potential in me and my siblings, and they put us in certain certain classes, right? So we can learn. And I think to a greater extent, we've kind of lost that today, right? I mean, they got the Boy Scouts and all this other stuff, but I mean, if you're really looking, I mean, that's great to teach them leadership skills at a young age, but as far as learning an actual skill, I think that's way more important. Very good life notes. There's construction job and apprenticeship fair this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Carson Event Center. Thank you for that, Very Good Life Notes. Construction job and apprenticeship fair. So if anybody's watching who lives in the Southern California area in Los Angeles, you just heard it. They got a construction job and apprenticeship fair this Saturday at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So check that out. There's a skilled trade shortage. Okay, it's been that way for a while now. Okay, so I urge you if you're looking to if you're looking for a job, or if you're looking to at least advance from where you are in life, consider a skilled trade. Consider, even if you don't stick with it, at least you have that skill, possibly have that certification. I've been in the trucking industry for a long time now, and I always tell young people, hey, listen, go out there, and maybe you want to think about getting a commercial driver's license, right? You can earn some serious money just doing that, right? If you got a good work ethic. Now, mind you, you do have to have certain things that people can't teach you, right? Which is a good work ethic. Know how to be on time, all that stuff. Be coachable, stuff like that. You have to have that as well, okay? Before you even think about doing what I'm telling you to do, right? Because without those things, right, those skills that can't be taught, they have to just be there. They have to be in you. No matter what you learn, it won't last because you don't have the character. You haven't built the character enough to make it work for you. Okay, and that's where sometimes we got to work on our character as well. Okay, and that comes with like a good upbringing as well. What have you observed coming up as a young person? Right? Did the adults in your life have a good work ethic? Right? Did you see your mother, father, or father? They don't have to be your real mother or father, biological, but whoever was around you as a grown up, did they have a good work ethic? Right? Were they coachable? Okay. If you didn't see these things coming up, how do you expect how do sometimes we expect these kids who haven't been exposed to this from the adults in their lives to have to model that in their own adult lives, right? So yeah, exposure is very important. Not to early exposure to these things from adults, from what they see in the world, is very important too. Okay, and if you can give a child that, right, just to see wake up and go to work every day, you're giving them something that's priceless. They're going to have a character. They're just going to do it anyway because that's what they know, right? They know that, right? Right. Okay. How you handle money, all that stuff, right? If they're going to look, they watch you, even subconsciously, they pick up on what you do as an adult, right? If you're raising kids, or if you have kids around you, how you speak, how you, what do you have control of your emotions, all that stuff is what they observe. So it's up to us. I'm not on here just to tell kids, hey, like, you need to do this, you need to do that. We as adults, we need to model, we need to give them the right template to go by too, right? Right. So yeah, but it's so important. It's so important to take advantage of these opportunities. There's only there's only a certain window of time, like I was saying in the beginning, to take advantage of these opportunities. Okay, you don't have forever to do it. So let's talk about some of the programs that I've been researching on online today for this topic, just to give you an idea of what they have out there for kids to get into. Okay, let's see here. So they got a lot of trade camps and programs for kids. Right? They got a lot of trade camps and programs for kids. I know when I was coming up, I didn't know anything about this stuff. I wasn't exposed to it. I just used to mow lawns, man. I just knew about the lawnmower that I had, and I used to mow lawns in the neighborhood for money. That's what I did. Uh, and I was kind of pushed into that, right? I mean, I guess my folks said, "Hey, listen, go to the neighbor and see if you can, mow their lawn and get paid." And that's what we did. Me and my brother, we did that. Okay, and I appreciate that experience because it taught me about, on some level, even if it's a small level, about entrepreneurship and going out there and making your own money, right? At least I was exposed to that. Then later on in my life, I used to sell magazines door to door, right, all over the country. I got with a sales crew, and they used to drop you off in neighborhoods of all types, rich neighborhoods, poor neighborhoods. But you better come back with that quota, Matt. That how many magazine subscriptions did you sell? And I mean, I had guns pulled on me. I had some things I can't even mention. But yeah, it was an experience though, right? It really taught me about work ethic, and that you can go out there and you can really get yours. There's really no excuse today, especially today with social media, right? There's no excuse to not have what you need. Okay. You just have to have that work ethic and that drive and that, the ability to not give up. Okay. Not give up. It doesn't mean you can't pivot. When I say not give up, I don't mean you can pivot, right, and change your direction, but you still got to be going for something. Okay. So yeah, so you got to have that in you, right? If it's in you, it could be developed, but later on in life, it's harder to develop when you're kind of set in your ways and stuff. But yeah, so they have different trade camps and programs for kids all over the country. Okay, so I'm gonna look at some and just to give you an idea of what they have. Okay, so if you got a kid or if you're a young person yourself, and when I say kid, I just I don't mean super young, right? At least 18 or so, right? 18 and up. And but yeah, so let's talk about it here. So let's see here. They have let's look at one. They have one in New Mexico. It's a mountain camp, and it's a trades program. Okay, it's in the I think they have one in Sacramento and New Mexico. It's called the Wehinaipe. Uh, Sounds like an indigenous name for something. Mountain camp. Okay, and it says Boy Scout troops will come from all over the Southwest to learn about welding, auto mechanics, blacksmithing, electrical, plumbing skills, and robotics / STEM. Okay, let's read some more details about what they're looking for. Okay, They're looking for youth ages 14 to 18 who would be interested in gaining training and education experience in all of these programs. And they'll teach you everything to know. Okay, that's what they say. They got the curriculum for that. All right, and there is a price tag to that. Those $350 a week. But I mean, come on. Compared to the knowledge that these kids will get, I mean, I'm teaching grown-ups now. Okay, adults in their late 20s on up how to weld now. Okay, if they got, if you get these skills at the age of 14, do you know how far ahead you would be? Okay, do you know how far ahead you would be to be exposed to these things? Like I said, when I was coming up, right, 70s, late 70s, early 80s, I didn't have I wasn't exposed to this stuff. I didn't even know this stuff existed. I mean, it's just amazing the opportunities these kids have today to get ahead. It's just amazing. Not to mention Google, but to actually be put in an actual facility to have hands-on experience to learn welding, auto mechanics, blacksmithing at the age of 14 to 18. I mean, you can't. I mean, $350 a week. That's nothing. I mean, that's nothing compared to what a kid would pay going to a college, not knowing what they want to do, spending 4 years or 2 years not knowing what they want to do, and sometimes leaving without a skill at all. So, I mean, it's just a no-brainer there. So this mountain camp, and the name of it is Wehenaipe Mountain Camp, is providing that all these things for them, and it's just amazing. Let's see here. All right. So let's look at another one here. Let's look at another one. Let's see here. This one is in they actually this next one is called Nuts, Bolts, and Thingamajigs. All right, they have locations in Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New York. They're all over the country. All over the country, guys. North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Canada. All right. So what's their pitch? They said, in an effort to excite kids about fabrication and manufacturing, the Fabricators and Manufacturers Association created this amazing program. It's created to engage kids at a time in their lives when their career choices are starting. Okay, let's see. All right, starting to be thought about. This helps the organization start building a pipeline of potential workers for the future. All right. I mean, think about it, guys. These programs that are out there, they're not just doing it just to, they're doing it because they you're going to need a new generation of tradespeople, people that know what to do and work with their hands in different sectors. Okay. And that's very important to have these programs out there. All right. So what do they do? They teach you about 3D printing. That's very big right now. Anybody know what 3D printing is? Yeah. Using machines to actually print physical objects. I mean, they've printed cars already. They've 3D printed houses already. Right. And so that's a big industry that's booming now. Right. I remember maybe a few years ago, it wasn't as popular, but it was, just like anything else. It just takes a while before it to get momentum, and it's out there, right? So if you can expose your kids to 3D printers at this time right now, they'll be so much ahead of the game, right? If you expose a young person to get into these things, this is where technology is going. Okay, do-it-yourself drones, manufacturing academy. All right, high school exploration programs, air transportation, robotics. Yeah, automation. Automation's is taking over. It's been there, but it's becoming even more popular now, especially since the pandemic, and companies see the need to they see that they can't necessarily depend on human labor as much, right? So they're replacing a lot of the human capital with robots. So if you know how to fix those things, if you know how to build them or program them, then you're in. Right? You're in automatically, right? Metal Mania for girls. I don't know exactly what that is. I guess something to do with metal for girls. Explore welding. Okay. Students will learn important skills. They will tour manufacturing facilities, get insight into becoming an entrepreneur, and meet industry experts. The camps are proving to make quite an impact on the industry. Okay, that's nuts, bolts, and thingamajigs. I told you they're in just about, I don't know, it looks like 20 states all over the country. Right? So, yeah. Once again, guys, this stuff is out there. You don't have to have a kid walking around not doing anything. Sometimes kids just, like I said, we need to do the research for them and put them in what they could possibly, thrive in. Okay, and that's our job as grown-ups here. It's our job as parents. It's our job as guardians. Here's one: Electric Girls. Electric Girls. Let's see what they're about. All right. All right, so let's see here. What do they do? Electric Girls. They're out of Louisiana. Okay, they're out of Louisiana, and they have, I guess they take the age ranges from 8 to 18, and they learn the fundamentals of electronics and programming. They build inventions, and they're guided during prototypes and ideation to create new things. So let's talk about that, guys. If you don't know already, I'm an inventor myself, and I know what it takes to take something from an idea in your head to market, right? To an actual physical product. And it's a lot of steps, and it's a lot of trials and tribulations. But there is a formula to it, okay? And I did that later in my life. Always been into tinkering and stuff like that. But later in my life, I really took it seriously, and I really went for it. And was, successful in bringing it from idea to market, okay? Now I'm still as far as the marketing phase of it, I'm still in that right now. But yeah, it's quite a feat, I think, to stick with something and through all the iterations, through all the ups and downs, and bring it to market. That's what this program right here is going to teach girls, right? There's a lot to that game, and I'm going to probably put out some. Put out an ebook or something on how to bring a product to market, because I do have firsthand experience in that. Okay, and that can be a very lucrative endeavor, if you do it right. There's a lot of pitfalls as well, but if you have the mind to not give up and you stick with something, it's a beautiful experience. Okay, so it gives you this program here, Electric Girls, gives you the opportunity to become mentors to help younger girls as well. All right, be a part of a like-minded community filled with support and friends, and earn badges and for different milestones met in the program. Okay, I like that. Sometimes it's good to reward yourself along the way, and kids need that, right? Young people need that. They need to be reminded of how well they're doing so they can continue. Encouragement is very important. Let's see here. All right, what's the next program we're going to talk about right here? All right. Oh, we got a lot of stuff for girls, which is good, because believe it or not, like I'm an instructor in a welding program, and the ladies that come through there, I'm really never disappointed. They seem to have an aptitude for welding. Okay, I don't know if it's a steady hand or what it is. I think I did a live on that before. But don't shy away from the trades, ladies. It's not just, it's not, I know it's been touted as a man's world, but believe me, there's a lot of ladies in the trades that are doing real well. Okay, doing real well. All right, so this is called Rosie's Girls, and where they're out of Vermont. They're out of Vermont. Okay, so they can, let's see what they're about. Let's see what they're about. Okay. This camp features experiences in the trades and allows girls to experience careers across a variety of disciplines that are considered non-traditional. All right. Girls can choose camps in the two main themes, which are build and weld. Build and weld. By the way, their age ranges is you can enter in sixth grade, sixth grade through eighth grade, right? So they will experience fun in a variety of wood shops around the state. They'll use a variety of carpentry tools like saws, power drills, sanders, and more to create projects of different types. Okay, I mean, think of all the tomboys you know in your lifetime, right? I mean, I knew some in my day, and they probably would have loved this. Okay, so they will engage with professional welders to learn how to use important welding tools like a MIG welder or a plasma cutter. I was actually using the plasma cutter today. You know, and that stuff is nothing to play with. That's some high tech. That's a high tech tool right there. You're using a really powerful focused flame to cut metal, right? Slice right through it, a flame. And that's what these kids, these little eighth graders, sixth graders, going to learn how to use. Imagine being exposed to that, right? Once again, when I was that age, I was climbing trees, man. I didn't, you know, none of this stuff was available to me. And so it's amazing, right? It's amazing. All right. So it says all students start with an introductory project. That means that they're going to do it themselves, and then they will move on to other options, as they say. All right. All right. So they provide boots and gloves and welding helmets. Great. Great. That's what I'm talking about right there, guys. You got to start them young, right? You got to expose them young. I'm telling you. Just like if a kid's exposed to a foreign language young, they'll pick it up easier. So it's the same thing. Same thing with anything. All right. It's all about exposure, and that's our job, is to expose you, whether you're a grown up or you're a young person, right, to all the different opportunities in the skilled trades, and that's what this channel is all about, right? All right, so let's see what else is out there. So that was out of Vermont. That's Rosie's Girls. So everybody in Vermont who didn't know Rosie's Girls were around, there you go. I'm giving you a shout out. Okay, giving you a shout out. Here's one. It's called Tools and Tiaras. This is a lot of. This is, I'm coming up on a lot of programs for the trades, for young people that have to do with girls, and that's good. This one's called Tools and Tiaras. Their motto is "Jobs don't have genders." Jobs don't have genders. Okay, which is right, which is true. Perry Good Life Now says have to encourage youth to just try out different things during the summer instead of in the house. Absolutely. I mean, that's what, you ever heard that saying, an idle mind is the devil's workshop? Well, that's kind of true. I mean, and even for grown-ups, right? If you don't have anything to occupy your mind that's constructive, I don't think there's an in-between. I don't think there's a middle ground where, you're just stagnant in limbo. No, either you're going forward or you're going back, right? Even if you're sitting still and not doing anything constructive, you're actually going backwards. So there's only two ways to go. Either you're doing something constructive or you're doing something destructive, right? And being idle and not using your mind, using your body to do something in the world that's constructive, then that's going backwards. Even if you're just sitting on your couch all day, that's going backwards. You don't have to be out there robbing banks or anything like that. But if you're sitting down and not doing anything, right? That's going backwards, people. So we don't want our kids to be that way, right? We want to give them a direction, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this live today. So for anybody watching, just to give you an idea, just look around in your own community. Google it, right? See what's in your community. If I don't talk about something in your state today, what's in your community that you can get your kids into, or even yourself, or even if you're a young person, what can just look it up. I mean, for goodness sakes, we got Google now. We got all you got to do is use your fingers, and it pops right up. That's what I did. That's how I'm able to read the stuff to you right now. So there's really no excuse to go backwards, right? Unless you want to, right? So it's really all right. So what else? What other programs do they have out there for for kids and young people to learn a skill this summer? Let's see here. Okay, yeah, Tools and Tiaras. I'm sorry. Yeah, their motto is "Jobs don't have genders." Tools and Tiaras is a nonprofit organization that helps to make the trades more inclusive for girls. Yeah. I said, hey man, the ladies not playing. Okay. They're not playing out here. They offer a variety of programs and fully equipped workshops for women and girls to learn skills that they can use at home or in a career. Summer program is a week-long experience in New York City, but they also have a virtual session as well. Some of the skills they will learn include bricklaying, commercial painting, sheet metal work, architecture, industrial design. There are also some field trips and self-defense activities. Classes are organized by age and taught by women who love their crafts. Scholarships are available. Right. Okay, so they take the age range for that is from 8 to 17. 8 to 17, okay? From 3rd grade to 12th grade. Yeah, only 1 week. Sometimes that's all it takes, is you don't need to be exposed to something for weeks at a time to like that spark, right? Sometimes you just have to be around it for 5 minutes and you'll know that this is something that you want to do, or at least explore, right? I mean, that's all it takes sometimes. So it's very important to be around things that are gonna, if you don't know what's out there, how do you expect a kid or even yourself, right? How do you expect to be what is it, excited about something when you're not even exposed to it, right? You got to go out there and expose yourself to things. You never know what you're capable of, right? And that's very important to have these programs out here, doing these things. Like I said, I work for a nonprofit myself at the moment. It's called Reignite Hope, and we teach people how to weld, how to fabricate. We was doing that today, all day long, right? And all you gotta do is walk in. We got stuff for you to do all the time, every time, right? There's no shortage of work where I am. Okay, and I love when new people come in there. They're looking to either sharpen the skills they already have, or they have no skills at all. We take them all, and if they stick around long enough, they'll definitely leave with some skills, and that's a fact. Okay, that's a fact. Yeah. So I mean, the ladies here at Tools and Tiaras, they're going to learn bricklaying, commercial painting, all this stuff pays, right? I mean, all this stuff could pay you, right? Right off the bat, no debt at all later. Okay. All right, what's the next one here? Shout out to Tools and Tiaras in New York City for doing what you do. Keep doing it. Let's say, oh, here's another one. Camp. And by the way, when I looked this up, I didn't put girls in the search bar. This is just what's out there right now. Okay. This is what came up. Here's one. This one's out of Missouri. It's called Camp NAWIC, Nawick, if you want to pronounce it that way. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a special camp just for girls who want to learn about the construction industry. Just for girls, man. Okay. Masonry, welding, woodworking. And the cost is free, guys. Okay. The program it's a partnership between the National Association of Women in Construction and the members of the Kansas City construction industry. So, guys, women are on the move. You guys out there, women are on the move, even in the trades, right? Because they're not just going to become skilled tradesmen; they're going to become owners of companies, right? On boards, in associations, right? And a lot of them are going to have hands-on experience because they've been in the industry from the ground up. Right? So it's not just a man's industry anymore, right? We have, it's everybody. Okay. So this summer camp is a free summer day camp that offers experiences in, like I said, carpentry, welding, and electrical. A field trip and tool demonstration are a few of the many experiences they will have. Programmers are led by journey level tradeswomen in various locations. Yeah, that's out there in Missouri, guys. So all you guys out there in Missouri, give a shout out to Caliber 8, because I'm giving a shout out to you. Okay, so don't forget to share this information, share this video, And go ahead and subscribe at the same time. All right. So who else do we have out there? Let's see. Pennsylvania College of Technology Programs. College technology programs. Okay. Didn't mean to mess that up. Let's see what they're talking about. This is out of Pennsylvania, Williamsport. I used to drive through Pennsylvania as a trucker pretty much on a weekly basis. Beautiful countryside out there. A lot of traffic, though. A lot of traffic. All right, let's see what they're talking about. This is the College of Technology Programs. So obviously they have more to offer. Let's see here. Architecture, automotive technology, aviation. Wow. Grades 10 through 12. They're going to learn how to fly planes, right? Grades 10 through 12. Engineering, future restaurateurs. That's if you want to own a restaurant. Health careers, landscape and horticulture. A good landscaping business could be very profitable, guys. Don't, if you see some guys out there gardening, they got their little truck. Don't think they don't have a big stack in the bank now, okay? Out there mowing lawns and using weed eaters and all that stuff. Man, you get a few good accounts, a few good paying accounts, well-paying accounts, you'll do well as a landscaper, okay? So don't look down on the gardener. Automotive restoration, diesel truck and heavy equipment. All of what I'm mentioning this is from grades either 9 through 12 or 10 through 12. That's what they're able to learn. All these things I'm mentioning: emergency response, baking, graphic design, non-destructive testing, thingamajig fabricators. Okay. All of these disciplines I just mentioned, from architecture, automotive aviation, can put a young person, way ahead of the game just by being exposed to it and knowing what they want. And, and just working in that field diligently, they'll do very well. Okay. Because these are in demand fields, right? Very high demand fields. All right, let's see. So that's the Pennsylvania College of Technology Programs. All right. There's another one. This one is out of Massachusetts, called the Beaver Summer Camp. Beaver Summer Camp. Okay, let's see what Beaver's talking about. All right, so they offer a woodworking camp called a Walker's Wood Workshop. The kids will enjoy a week-long carpentry experience that will show them the basics of woodworking skills. They will work in a fully equipped workshop, and each camper will select a piece of furniture they can design. See, that's the good thing about it, right? You're not just, tell them, okay, you do this, do that. You actually give them a project to do. That's one of the best ways for them to learn, right? To figure things out themselves, okay? This will include a variety of skills like design, measurement, finishing techniques, and more. At the end of the program, they'll be able to take home their handcrafted piece. And we kind of do the same in the welding program that I'm in. We have them build something. It can be something small, but we allow them to be creative. And then, I can't tell you. I should take pictures one time and show you guys some of the creations that students come up with, right? Just with metal alone, and being able to weld even on the most basic elementary level. It's amazing what they build, and it also makes them excited and inspires them. And I love to see that. Okay. So let's see here. So that's the Beaver Summer Camp. Let's see, that's ages 9 through 13. All right, so they had an emphasis on woodworking. Okay, so that's another trade that gets very very lucrative as well if you got the right connections and you're good at it. All right, let's see here. So let me see what other ones they have. They have quite a few, guys, quite a few. So you guys get my point, right? They have so many of these programs all over the country. All you have to do is Google it, right? What's in your area? What's in your area that you can get your kid into? And even maybe yourself. It's not just for kids. I know I'm talking about kids, but they have a lot of programs where it doesn't matter how old you are, you can get into it and learn a skill. And if you want to take it further, possibly get certified, right? Get certified and go on to either start your own, your own business, your own enterprise, or get a job somewhere where you can, further develop your skills. And that's what I'm about here on this channel. I want people to develop the skills that they need, so they won't have to worry about necessarily hiring people to come in, because there's some things you can do it yourself, and well, you just need need to learn a couple of things. It's not that hard. Let's say. All right. So anyway, guys, yeah, look into that. Look into more of that for you or your kids, if you're so inclined. And it's out there. So much opportunity out there. I mean, you can really make a great living in the skilled trades. Okay, and I will promote that forever on this channel. Okay, so anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming on. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it, even if it's just to look around in your area and see what's out there. And if you're kind of unsure, if you're just curious, you may be pleasantly surprised about what you find and what you're capable of doing if you just put your mind to it. Okay. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.